You know, I've always avoided talking about relationships in my story time videos because no one cares if your girlfriend or boyfriend cheated on you or, oh, this person did this to me, stuff like that. Well, there was this one person I recently dated for a few months, but it led to where it was fine at first, but then it just went downhill to where I was depressed and wasn't happy. And before we start this video, make sure to like the video if you enjoyed. So this story times goes way back a few months ago. I think it was either back in April or whatever month. I don't remember. I was with someone else before I dated my ex, and I'm going to call my other ex Sarah. Hopefully that's not her actual name. The last person I was with wasn't that bad, but she then mysteriously disappeared and I haven't heard from her since then. And then Sarah, my ex, confesses she loves me, and we ended up being together. Me and Sarah would play VR chat together and talk to each other since we both were autistic and we had similar situations we had dealt with in the past. Well, not all were similar, but both of us knew that fate brought us together for a reason. And I was so happy to be with this girl, and I thought this relationship would last forever than my previous relationships I'd been in since then. And I thought things were not going to be bad and things were going to be better. But fast forward to a month later, I was wrong. Why do I say that? Well, let me tell you. It was on a specific day, and I decided to talk to her since she had me added on Discord. When I did contact her, she would seem to act weird. But one thing that did give a red flag warning was that she had me blocked on Twitter, and I got confused at it. Because one, I never did anything or said anything that could make her do that, and I always treated her better. So I asked her why she did that, and she comes back with some excuse saying, oh, I don't know how that happened. Now, I started thinking it may have been a glitch with Twitter, but then the next few days go by, and the next time she did this, I asked her why, and she comes back saying, I don't feel good enough for the relationship. And I was like, how? And plus, did I do anything that could have caused you to end this relationship? And she goes, no, you didn't do anything. So let me get this straight. You broke up with me for no reason, and you say I didn't do anything bad that could have led to this. And I've been treating you right. It didn't make no sense. And after that, I tried to convince her to stay with me because I felt like she was making a mistake, and she ended up getting back with me. And I thought that was the end of it, and we weren't going to have any more problems. But no, it got worse. On certain days, my ex would constantly break up with me and say some rude shit like, you're pathetic, or like, you're the worst boyfriend I ever had, and other shit that wasn't true. And because of the hell she would put me through, it caused me to have 3 mental breakdowns. Because her shit she pulled made me snap and yell at her because I couldn't deal with her hurting me. And when I'm under a lot of pressure, or you push me to a point where I lose control, I'm gonna end up saying something seriously fucked up that it could seriously hurt your feelings or damage you. And that's what I did. I never held back anything and showed less care when I was upset. At the end, she would start crying, and then I feel like shit later on after that. But I was also having thoughts of suicide after everything she did to me, especially with her overthinking a lot. My mind was not working and I couldn't think straight. But that's not all. There was this one night my ex basically pressured me to do something I didn't want to do. I don't know if she remembers it, but I can go back and look at the previous times I spoke to her that it's still right there since I screenshot a lot of things if I feel like something isn't right. I told some friends about her, just not the pressuring part, and all of them agreed that I needed to cut this girl off and leave her. Now, my best friend, the one I've known since 2018, was the only one I ever told about anything, especially when it involved my ex. And I even showcased her art one time in one of my videos, and I think I still have it saved on my computer. I don't know, I'll have to check later. It was only my best friend I listened to that made me realize that my ex was just not only evil, but straight up crazy. Crazier than a Karen, but much more devious. But then, knowing me being so stubborn and dumb, I ended up giving her another chance, which ended badly. Because for the past few weeks, I was very uncomfortable when I was around her, especially on VR chat, because sometimes when anyone joins me, I was thinking, is she gonna get crazy or start something? Because I didn't want anyone else to worry about me or question me about stuff. I've always been so paranoid being around her, and I always been afraid of her. She might do something such as make up some lie about me and spread it all over the place. I know she would do that. This kept happening all the way until June this year, to where I got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore and I just ended up finally breaking up with her. It was the right decision because she made me feel like shit and stressed all the time. And we both agreed to be friends. But let me just tell you, she just kind of prefers to be a couple instead of friends because she would still feel the same way towards me even as a friend. And she would always try to get me to take her back, but I literally tell her no. I do think she just despises me even though she said she didn't, but I still have that feeling. And since the breakup, things gotten worse for her because she was depressed and sometimes will want me back. And just recently, before I made this story time, last night, she just ended up cutting me off on everything, and now I haven't heard from her since then. But at the end of the day, I'm finally free from this crazy bitch, and I can go my own way and find a new person that won't treat me like shit. Like, my other relationships from my past was not as bad as this one. They weren't far worse. Also, that one girl I dated that disappeared had finally returned after so long. Has, like, I don't know. So it's really strange that she just mysteriously comes back now. So that's the story time about a crazy ex of mine. And the moral of the story is, if you are in a toxic relationship, leave it immediately and don't even put up with that person. Thank you guys for watching, and please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Follow my Twitter because that's where I'm mostly active at. And also, I got a new Instagram account. You guys can go follow it now. I post art and dream stuff on there. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.